Yo guys, how's it hanging? Figured I'd make a quick video here. Kid asked me a question here, goes by the username of 89birdboy. He's got an 84 Z28, and he's got some work issues. This is a quick, it's a couple quick answers I'll give him that'll fix some of the problems. One of them, you pro body men that watch me, drop a comment down below and give him a suggestion for it, and I'll tell you which one it is. But your first question is here. You said there were some rust bubbles, some spots. You used a grinder to grind them down, and you didn't screw it up yet, and you shot over them with etch primer. That wasn't a bad idea to do, to shoot it with some etch primer, because that'll temporarily, kind of put a small treatable thing on the metal to keep it from rusting anymore. Now, you said there's some, let me see here again. Let me read it again. Alright, you said there's some holes, so I'm guessing there's rust holes. What I would do for those rust holes is, that's cancer, man. You gotta cut that out and weld some new steel in, or if you can get a hold of an auto mix gun and some panel bond some new metal in, but then again, I don't know if that panel bond will hold too well. It's glue. To me, I'm not much for bonding in steel, but you could try it if you'd like with the panel bond if you can't get access to a welder, but I'd figure the price between getting a auto mix gun and a tube of panel bond be around the same price to go to Harbor Freight and grab a flux core for $90. Catch it on sale usually like 70. Other than that, yeah, that's what I recommend if you want to try it, but I don't really recommend you do this because it will come back to bite you. Is just cover over them with some fiberglass filler, some long strand or something, It's if you want to do that, I don't know. But yeah, it would be that and a skim of filler and, block it straight. Now, another thing you have here is that your one door has a bit, it's sagging when you open it. That's an easy fix. It's actually a pretty cheap fix too. You can do it without even taking the door off. I did. Well, I took my door off because it made it a little more accessible. But what you need is a hinge repair kit. It's the pin and the bushing. You can go on Hawk's 3rd Gen, Classic Industries, any website, or even go to your regular auto parts store. They will have a pin and bushing kit there for it for a GM, or they will order it for you, and it'll be there. And all you got to do is, if you're going to do it with the door on the car, this is what I would do, is I get a floor jack it up enough to where you get that sag off and lift it up some, and then get yourself a center punch, put it on a grinder, flatten it out a little bit, and then shove it underneath the pin and hammer from the top up, and it'll push the pin right out. And then the bushing, use the center punch again, you pop the bushing right out, then you press a new bushing in, and then you just hammer the pin right in. You will see a tremendous difference, and your door will close a lot easier too. If you want to take the door off, it's a little bit of a pain in the ass, but you can do it. You would have to loosen up the fender a little bit. It's like excuse me. It's three 13 millimeter or 14 millimeter bolts at the top, and then you'll have to take them off, and then towards the bottom, I don't know if you have electric or manual doors, but yeah, first things first, pop the door panel off and unplug every plug, and then at the bottom you're going to have, I think, one 15 millimeter bolt going in this way, and then two other like this. Why they designed it like that, I don't know. And you'll have to loosen those two, and the door should come right off easy. It's just a little heavy, so have somebody helping you. This one I have a little trouble with. Yeah, you said easy way to remove dents in a door. Say you try pushing them out from behind using a plunger, and the dent keeps just popping in and out, and it won't stay out. I think what's going on there is the oil can effect. I don't have much knowledge on the oil can effect on how to repair it or anything. So you body guys that watch me, James Freddy's, Woods 040, whoever, just leave a comment down below or send this kid a personal message on how to fix, an oil can effect on a piece of metal. I believe it's either stretched or shrinked or something that causes it to, pop in and out. Just, leave a message. Other than that, 89 Bird Boy, that's the most I can give you for answers. like I said, the rust, if it's, rusting towards its cancer and it's, eating away at the metal, you got to cut that shit out, man, and weld some new steel in. And, the steps through that is weld in new steel, skim coat a tiger hair, make sure you have it protected from front and back, and then, Bondo and skim coat a filler and just, primer it and block it until it's straight enough, and then, like that. And then, the door hinge, just get the repair kit. Like I said, you go on the internet, grab, or go to an auto parts store, and you can get the pin and bushing kit just right there. It's not even that expensive either. And, like the dent thing I said, man, yo, I know I got body men watching me. I don't know if they watch and laugh or they watch in interest, but, just give that kid an answer on that with a comment down below or send them a personal message, so... That's all I got for you now. But now I got some questions about some stuff. So, alright, now this is my question here. Picked up this hood. It was for the low price of I don't want to tell you. And I know fiberglass. I know that damage there. That's the only things I got to repair. Other than as you can see here, there's spots that are peeling up. Now I'm wondering, can you chemical strip fiberglass? I've never tried it, but yeah. Well, it ain't a bad looking hood. It's a fiberglass hood. It's pretty fucking light too. It's only maybe like 10-15 pounds. And I'm definitely cutting those open, you can tell. And let me flip it over and show you what damage I got, and maybe you guys can give me some quick answers. Now there's this damage here, and what I think happened was, it looks like they just cut the bolts out of it, or maybe the hood flew open, but my idea is maybe put a cut in the bracing from all around here, cut it out, and it's actually bonded right here. You can see some of the bond is separating, so I'm thinking about repacking some panel bond in there. But yeah, maybe cut it here since there's a crack, it needs to be repaired and all, but or maybe I'll just separate the whole bonding from it, throw the whole frame from it, and rebond it back on, it looks like, really. But, yeah, see. What I'm thinking about doing is because these are 10mm, thread and bolts. So I'm thinking of doing is, like I said, cut it out, and then get a piece of steel, and weld a 10mm nut to it, pop it in behind there, fiberglass it in, and then, holding it all together, but... yeah, this is a soon project. I'm either thinking about making it, if I don't do them, I'll just smooth over those holes and make it a pin-on hood. I think it will look cool like that. Just have the 4 pins down the side, but yeah. Not bad for a fucking price of nothing, It's a pretty cool looking hood, Other people think it looks kind of goofy. I like it. This will probably go on the next Camaro, who knows? But other than that, yeah, that's the only questions I had. There's that, and yeah, that's about it. My other question is too: does anybody know how to remove chrome? I'll show you this here. Krager's. The chrome's peeling off them. I've tried sandblasting with glass bead, and it hasn't moved the chrome at all. So if there's like a way to do it chemically, maybe it would probably work better, I think. Or maybe I use something a little bit stronger, I don't know. And there's a sneak peek of something new, some WS6 sway bars. Going on the Camaro, maybe? I don't know. But, yeah. So let me know if anybody knows a way to remove chrome, if it's by chemical, or there's another way of blasting that I can use. Maybe walnut shell or slag or something. But, yeah. Give me an answer on that. That's it for the weekend, guys. I wish I had a better video to put up, but that's all I really got. I didn't do anything. It's been kind of raining. Today was alright, and I just kind of took time to relax. I mean, I figured I'd answer that one dude's question and, ask you some questions about my stuff. So, if you could help me with that on the hood, either make it a pin-on or, it'd be a good idea to, glass it all back together and make it be able to open up and lift off. And, that, and, 89 Bird Boy, I hope I answered your questions, and anybody else that's commenting underneath, hope you helped him. Other than that, my 2 questions were just that hood and the Krager wheel. Like I'll say again, if anybody knows of another way to remove chrome that's already flaking, let me know. You know, I've tried using glass speed with my sandblaster and that didn't work, so maybe something like slag or walnut shell might work better. I don't know. If there's a chemical way to do it, maybe too. Could you tell me? You know, they're really just getting made into, make them into something cool. And that's about it. But that's it for the weekend, guys. I'm going to try and stick to my commitment of one video a week. So if anybody wants to try and ask a question and watch me babble on here and give you the best answer, go ahead and send me a personal message or a comment, and I'll get it up. And because I'm trying to stick to my commitment of one video a week at least. So just keep watching. There's going to be work on the Camaro soon, I can tell you that now. And other than that, have a good week, guys, and a good whatever time you're watching this, day or night, holiday, I don't know. Yeah, later.